Andrea, welcome to the show. I'm excited to talk legal, and I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm excited to be here. Not many people are excited to talk legal, but I'm always excited to talk legal.
Well, I know how important it is. I talked about it in the intro, and it's not glamorous. I get it, but as business owners, we have to do our due diligence. And I think having you here and listening to you, and you're just going to strip it down to like the big things that we need, right? Or the main things that we need. Let's dive into first, what do we need as course creators, as entrepreneurs, to be legally sound in our business?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's really the core five. And on top of that, the one thing that I really want business owners to understand, it's not about trying to screw someone over on the legal side. It's not, but not trying to sue somebody and make $1 million.
Oh my gosh, no.
Like, that's what I want people to get like out of their head and really change their mindset around the legal side of business, because and I get it, because we've all been screwed over at some point. But what I want people to understand, especially small business owners, legal protection and being proactive with this protection can actually set yourself up for multiple additional streams of income. And I mean, I have stories for days of clients that have made $10, $20, $30,000 just because they did protect their business.
Love that. Yeah.
But that's what I want business owners to understand is, look, we're not here to talk about this so you can sue somebody or you can make sure you don't get sued. Like, yes, that's a given. We don't want you to get sued. But the way that legal can actually set you up for true success and additional streams of income, that's what I want people to take away.
Okay. I love that you're talking about this. To me, and I wouldn't even think about that. Like, I've got to do this so I don't get sued. To me, it's, I don't want to be a mom and pop. I want to be a business owner. I want to be a true entrepreneur. What do I need to create in order to set that up for myself? So I think if we're in that mindset, then we're gold. So I love that pre-frame. Thank you.
Yeah, well, let's dig into it. So
let's dig in.
Number one is your entity. This is how you're legally operating your business. And from day one, I think you should be an LLC, which is a limited liability company. Excuse me. And with the LLC, that is protecting you personally from the debts of your company. And now you may think, well, my company doesn't have debts. I don't personally have any assets. The whole goal is to have assets. So not only are you trying to protect what you have now, but it's what you have in the future. Because if you wait, the issue is a lot of times you'll hear from people, oh, don't file an LLC until you're making X number of dollars, 100,000, 50, whatever the number is. Mm-hmm. Well, if you wait that long, whatever happened before you filed the LLC, you can still be sued personally. Even at the time of the lawsuit, you are an LLC. And that's what people don't understand is like, hey, you're not protecting against your future assets or like your future business. You are protecting from what you're doing right now, because we don't know all the laws. I don't know all the laws. I'm a lawyer. I don't know all the laws. You definitely don't know everything that can get you in trouble. And so you have to add these layers of protection in order to make sure that you personally are not at risk. And of course, we don't want your business to be at risk, but ultimately you personally want to make sure you are protected. So everything that we talk about in this core five, it's just adding layers of protection to make sure that you can keep what you earn and that you personally are protected. Step number one with that is the LLC.
Okay, love that. And by the way, we're just going to hit the tip of the iceberg on these, right? So do your due diligence. You've got a book coming out. Just, hey, spoiler alert. So you can pick up Andrea's book and dig in even more. We just want to kind of overview folks about what is really needed. And then I invite you guys to dig in with Andrea's content. Okay, so LLC, got it. I got to set up my entity.
Yes.
Then what's that second area of focus for us?
So next is your contracts, and there's many contracts that your business needs. But if you're wondering, okay, I don't even know what contracts my business needs, anytime value is changing hands, that's when you want a written agreement. And when I say value, because I used to say just like anytime money is changing hands, but really it's value because we've all done exchanges, we've all done barters. And so anytime, and that's even more so when you want to have it in writing, because there's so many more questions, but people are scared to use contracts. But just keep in mind, the number one reason to have a written agreement is to have clarity.
Yes, love that.
If you tell somebody, oh, we'll exchange this, okay, got it. Like we know the premise of the agreement, but what's the delivery date for both parties? When is this going to be done? How is this going to be done? Like there's so many unanswered questions that you go into thinking, oh, sure, we're just going to do this. But there's so many more things. It's like going into a relationship. You both have different expectations in your head. And if you don't communicate those clearly, you're doomed. So it's all about communication. That's what the written agreement is. That's what a contract is. So the main contracts that you need as a small business owner, as a course creator, number one on your website is your privacy policy and your terms of use. Your privacy policy is required by federal law. And now states are starting to enact their own privacy laws, which don't worry about it. I'm just putting that out there, but it's nothing you need to worry about right now. Just know that you do need a privacy policy on your website. Terms of use, it is technically not required by law, but you do want to make sure you have written terms for you and the visitor of your website. This is what the terms of use are. It's just you and the visitor.
Well, now, I know it's not required, but I would want to interject. And for every one of my course students listening right now, we talk about terms and conditions. Yes. In every one of my classes, you got to have that to, like you said, set the expectations. Is there a guarantee? What's the return? Is there a return policy, right? Like just setting that clear from the start. I always preach that.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your website, point blank, privacy policy, terms of use. And then when they can purchase from your website, that's the terms and conditions. The terms of use can double as terms and conditions. Always want to have that because again, answering all the questions that you don't know you need to have all the answers to. So those are the two big ones when you have a website. Now, again, anytime value is changing hands, when you hire a contractor, if you're paying somebody to run your social media, if you're paying a VA, somebody to answer your email, somebody to do this, anytime money value is changing hands, use a written agreement. So when you're thinking about, okay, do I need a written agreement here? Hey, am I exchanging something of value? And some big questions that come up around contracts is, do you have to physically sign the contract? You can absolutely use HelloSign, DocuSign. Those are legally binding. And I love those because they have the audit trail at the end.
Yes.
And that anytime, of course, worst case scenario, but if there's a lawsuit, the audit trail, it's the chef's kiss. It's the creme de la creme of a slam dunk. And then for checking the box. So this comes up all the time. Hey, is it legal to just check the box? And we've all seen it by checking this box. I agree to the terms and conditions. And it is legally binding if the purchaser has to actively check the box. So the box cannot already be checked. And the terms and conditions have to be clickable to go read on another page, or they all have to be there right in front of them. So Kajabi actually does a really, really good job of this because they give you the option. They say, okay, you can either copy and paste the terms into this box right here, and they can check to agree, perfectly binding, or you can put the link here and we'll link it and they can click to go read. And they have that button that's clickable to go read. It has to open up on a separate page.
Yes. Okay. I love this.
Yeah. If all things are, if those things are present, perfectly binding. And again, the question comes up, like if it's a higher ticket item, should I have them sign an agreement, not just check the box? And what we're protecting against here is chargebacks. And the number one thing that payment processors or banks will look at is, hey, is there a written agreement? And even though checking the box is perfectly legally binding, as far as chargebacks go, your slam dunk is going to be that signed agreement. So if it is a higher ticket item, I would definitely have them check the box, but also send them another contract. That way they can say, look, not only did they check the box to agree, they also signed this agreement.
Yeah. Okay. I love this. I want to unpack this a little bit. So I've had students who say, like, can you send me, I have a link, just like, I love Kajabi. I use Thrivecart too. So in Thrivecart, same thing, check it off. And I've had students say, can you send that to me separate? Sure. No problem. Here's the link. Yeah. Like I love students who ask for my terms and conditions because I know they've done their due diligence. And I do want to talk about, we're only in 2 of 5 right now, Andrea.
Yeah.
And some people might be listening right now and their hearts are beating really fast. Like palpitations are happening. Like, oh my gosh, this lady just rattled off like 3 or 5 things that I need for my website and my course, and I don't have any of them. So
Yeah.
for anyone whose heart is beating fast right now, what do you say to somebody starting out who they've got to get some of these things done?
Yeah.
Like, how do you make them feel better?
Yeah. So number one, don't freak out. Don't go have a heart attack. Don't have a panic attack, but just recognize that, hey, I actually need to get this stuff done. And most of the time what comes up is like, oh, I thought I was too small for this. Or no,
Right.
you are a business owner. You
Yes.
desire to have a business. So treat it like a business.
Love
We
it.
know manifestation 101, act as if.
Yeah,
So
right.
business owners use contracts. So use contracts. So and I'm not going to tell you, hey, go pay an attorney to get custom contracts done, because actually when you're just starting out, template contracts are your best friend. And I learned this when I really had my law firm, and all these new course creators were coming to me and they're like, hey, I need these terms for my course. I would
Yeah.
take them through my process to
Yep.
draft the custom contract. They didn't know what they needed because they were so new, but they were paying me for a custom contract, but they were using my template anyway. So because of that, we actually launched the contractvault.com, and that has all the contract templates that you need.
Oh,
And
great.
I
We'll
tell
link to
people,
that in the show notes. Okay.
yeah, I
Awesome.
tell people all the time, like, hey, just go here to get started. And we
Yeah.
sell them by different bundles. We have a course bundle. So
Okay.
all the contracts you need as a course
Yay.
creator.
Check
Yes,
that
they're
out. Okay.
one bundle. Every bundle has your terms and conditions, your privacy policy, and then your niche specific contracts.
Perfect.
So we include all the necessities for every niche. And it's only $200. Like some contract template websites, they're like $500 for one contract. We're like, no, you're going to get all the contracts you need, $200. You're going to be good to go. And what I tell people is, look, start with this template, and then you're going to graduate to a custom contract, because as you get more experience in business, you're going to realize, like, hey, I like this in my contract, or hey, I like that in my contract, or like, I want to change this. I want to, like, you're just going to learn so much more about your business that you're going to want to change. And so I tell people, look, start with this and then graduate to a custom contract, because what we put in our templates are industry best practices. And even though that's the best practices, your way may be better.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. That's a great place to start. Thank you for telling us about that. Okay. Let's get back to our core 5. So what's number 3 for our businesses?
Well, I think this is a good place to touch on payment processors, because
Okay.
it goes along with contracts.
Yes.
And you want to make sure you are accepting the smart payment gateway, because what most people don't know is that PayPal is the worst possible payment processor
Okay.
for service providers, for course creators.
Okay.
And most people don't realize that PayPal actually does not protect service providers when it comes to chargebacks.
Okay.
And what happens is, you charge somebody through PayPal and they issue a chargeback with PayPal. You can fight it and win.
Yeah.
But if that client then goes to their credit card company and issues a chargeback, that credit card company is going to take it from PayPal, and PayPal is going to take it from you, even if you already won the chargeback with PayPal.
Okay.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah,
PayPal was created for e-commerce businesses.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you have a low ticket offer and you're like, I know the risk and I understand, and I'm still going to use PayPal because it's so easy, like, that is fine. I have a client who has a membership at $10 a month. She brings in like $100,000 a month with this $10 per month membership.
Yeah.
And she's like, 90% of my revenue is on PayPal. And I'm like, that's fine.
Worth it for her.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if
for
you
that
have 10% of chargebacks for that, like, that's nothing. So yeah.
That's great. Okay. So payment processor, be smart. Okay. Look for those.
Stripe is a great option.
Yeah.
Square. Honestly, just stay away from PayPal.
Okay. Well, there, you heard it here first. Okay. So great payment processors. And then I'll also link to, I did a whole checklist episode where I like geek out about checkout, and then how to maximize that. So that's perfect. Okay. Tell me number 4.
So number 4 is trademarks.
Okay.
And this is my jam. This is my absolute favorite.
Her trademarks are her jam. Go.
Yes. Trademarks identify your brand. And this actually, trademarks and copyrights, which is copyrights is number 5, they're most likely your brand's most valuable asset.
Okay.
because this is what people know you for.
Yeah.
Your brand name, your logo, your slogan, a product name, a course name, your podcast name, anything that has a unique name within your business, it can probably be protected with a trademark.
Okay.
And the more trademarks, the more copyrights, the more patents that you have, the more valuable your brand is. And with the story I like to use to illustrate this is think about Nike. If Nike had all of their merchandise in one warehouse, which would never happen, but if every single piece of their merchandise was in one warehouse and that warehouse burned down, they literally had no merchandise to sell, would Nike be worth nothing? No, they would still be $1 billion company.
Right.
Why? Because of the brand they have
brand.
built.
Yeah.
It's all intellectual property. So
Yeah.
if you're thinking your physical inventory is your most valuable asset, it's actually not. The brand that you built around that inventory to sell, that's what has the value. So trademarks, get those registrations in, because the power that a federal trademark registration has, it's incredible. And especially as a course creator, you're online and trademarks, if you want to police your brand online, if you want to enforce it against other people, you actually don't need an attorney to do that once you have a federal trademark registration, because you have the trademark takedown process. Every website has this: Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, Shopify, Kajabi. Every website has this. And basically what it is let's say your company is ABC and somebody else has ABC and they have a course as well, and it's causing confusion with consumers, and you're like, hey, they're actually infringing on my trademark. Well, you go to wherever their page is hosted, submit a trademark takedown, and that website is actually going to just remove their page within a couple of days. And you can do this on your own. You don't have to have an attorney to do it. But in order for these websites to even give you the time of day, you have to have a federal trademark registration.
Okay, so for trademarks, do I have to pay an attorney thousands of dollars to get this done? What do I do?
So I tell everybody it's all figure outable. Trademarks are one thing that are not as easy to figure out. So I say filing your LLC, 100% easiest thing to do on your own out of all the legal protection. The hardest thing is probably trademarks.
Okay.
And then everything else is somewhere in between. But trademarks, you can absolutely figure it out. You can go to uspto.gov, file your own application. And then of course there's another. So the options for filing a trademark, DIY is the cheapest. Second cheapest is my least favorite is working with a third party, such as like LegalZoom, Trademarkia. And the reason I don't like those companies is because they mislead you to think you're working with an attorney. And typically you can pay extra to have an attorney review it. But the thing is, they're not actually reviewing it. And by law, they cannot fix any mistakes that you make on that application you fill out. So what I've seen is people they'll file with them, and then they'll get a refusal from the trademark office. And then that same site will come back and give them a fee to fix it. But it's actually like 10 or 20 times more than what I would charge anyway.
Okay. Got
and
it.
So that's where they're making their money. Like they want you to file and make a mistake so they make their money on the back end.
Okay.
So that's the next cheapest option. Then another option, we have our DIY trademark course. We teach you everything, not only to how to file, but also how to create additional income streams with your trademarks, how to create those licensing programs, how to create unique names within your business. Because a lot of people don't realize, hey, it's kind of hard these days to come up with a unique name. But we teach that everything in the course. And then the next option would be working directly with an attorney.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's copyrights. I know you just mentioned it. So copywriting our materials for our courses. Hit me with that.
So copyrights are your content, your creative work. And this is your blog posts, your videos, your website copy, all the copy in your course, your ebooks, the copy in your freebies, any content, any copy, it's all protected with a copyright. And with copyrights, you actually have protection the moment the work is created. You do not have to have a federal registration, unlike trademarks.
Right.
It is beneficial to get that registration sometimes. However, in order to police your copyrights online, you actually don't have to have a registration, and you can just submit a copyright takedown anytime you find somebody that has stolen your course. They posted your video, your photo, they took your long form Instagram caption. I see that all the time. And I'm like, hey, just submit a takedown, and they get it removed. So these are all things that you can learn to police your own brand online without having to hire an attorney.
Okay, love that. I know you just rattled through that, but again, you can check out Andrea. So let's talk about the book a little bit. So are these pieces in the book? What's inside?
All of it. So the
Okay.
book is really the guide. So my philosophy the whole time I've been in business is to educate for free. Now we have the podcast. I put so much on social media, but everything is just like spread out everywhere. And so my idea for the book is like, hey, everything's already out there. Let me just compile it all into one book. And then I have a lot of fun, a lot of fun client stories, like mishaps, and it basically
are those in the book? Those client stories?
Yes,
I
yes.
want to read those. Yes, please.
And it honestly, it's just a culmination of all the education you need for the legal side of your business, but not just like boring legal education. It's actually breaking it down to how you can use it to benefit you in business, not just like putting all this like legal stuff in place, which sounds so boring and like old. Like for some reason when I traditionally think of legal, I think of just like an old white man in a 3-piece suit in a courtroom. And for me, that's not it at all. Like we're having fun with this because it actually, like, if there's one mission I have in life, it is to help business owners see like legal protection actually can not just benefit you, but your business, and just bring you so much more additional income that you have no idea sitting on the table.
Yes. Love that. Love that. Okay. So we will link to, I know we get some goodies, right?
Yes.
We
Yes.
pre-ordered the book.
Yes.
So we'll link to that in the show notes. You guys can snatch that up and take it a step further from Andrea, just kind of gleaning over these different pieces. So, wow. Thanks for you are perfect for this podcast because you just went like this. So thanks so much for being on. We will link to the book. Guys, pick it up because this is so important for your course creation business. So thanks for stopping by.
Thanks so much for having me.